From across the sea, it lingered there to touch your hair. Walk with me. All summer long we sang a song and strolled that golden sand. Hey, here we go. The gang's flowing in here. Phillips here. I'm here. Kaisers and Diamond Dog, Wolverine, Trevor, Robert EO, Speedwagon, Code Morgan, Krusty, Big Green but drunk. Rowan, Timothy, Andrew, Empire, Jeff the Madman, Vin Bambalas, Kip, Henry, Elias. Oh yeah, here we go. I'm extra amped today since we didn't get to stream yesterday. Fuck you, Spectrum. I don't know what the hell happened yesterday. The last time we had the issue was, I think it was last week, wasn't it? Last week or the week before. A wire got taken down. A line got hit. So at least that was understandable. Yesterday, there was actually still an internet signal, but not enough strength to even load a basic web page. And it was... Again, I called them. It was a known issue. It went on for several hours. And we had the stream scheduled for 2:30. It went out at 2:24. Come on. Fucking Susan and Spectrum have to be related somehow. They're butt buddies in some way or another. Big Green explaining his Big Green but drunk designation. I see people here repping Halloween, so I decided to rep Oktoberfest instead. Well done. Oink is here to engage in degeneracy. Came to the right place. Well, hey guys, you know what? I want to ask you guys too. I really want to have streams that we're not allowed to have here in on YouTube. Like now the whole thing with Dave Chappelle's latest special. And I wanted to have a whole conversation about, and title it that way, title the stream that way, so I don't have to dodge YouTube censorship, about whether or not content like that, comedy like that, should be censored. You guys know how I feel about it. What would be the best place to go? I guess, I don't know, if we want to do that, I guess I could go over to my Twitch account, because I really don't care if they close that. That's about the only other thing I can think of. I haven't seen Squid Game yet, Rowan. I've heard a lot about it. It kind of piqued my interest. Kind of, from what I'm hearing, it's just kind of, well, not kind of, it's really odd, which fits me perfectly. Nolan got notified twice? God damn. Philip says, I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of the bubblegum. Feeling much better, going nowhere. I think I told you guys, I've got the home test, and I retested, and I'm negative. And my wife had to go for her test. Was it Wednesday? Because we had the home test, but she has to go back to her. She works part-time at the senior care center, and to go back to the job, she had to be tested at an actual medical outlet. And so she went and she tested negative now too. So we can officially say we have defeated COVID. It does leave you, or left us, my wife much more so than me, feeling very tired, feeling very fatigued. It's still hard getting over the fatigue. And now, like yesterday, I told you guys in the chat yesterday, because we couldn't actually, I had typed to you guys, I had to work on my roof yesterday. My legs are killing me. Now, I have a pitched roof, so the whole time you're up there, you're using a lot of quad muscle, using calf muscle, everything just to hold yourself. So it's a workout, but they shouldn't be this tired. But it's just from still trying to recoup from having COVID in my system. Well, thanks, Big Green. Thanks, Morgan. Yeah, again, we got pretty, again, my wife worse than me, but pretty significant flu symptoms. And let me tell you, I had a couple days there where I get up at 5:30 in the mornings to start my day and do the videos for the Goosh, our Patreon first. I had a couple of those days. I have never, and I mean this literally, I have never had a tougher time getting out of bed. I was like walking around the house doing the morning stuff, getting everything ready, and was literally like a fighter in the 15th round in the old days. Just bobbing, weaving, holding myself up on the ropes as I went about my business. Barry says, last post, please. I have adult news in my life. Uh-oh, not adulting. Where are you at, Barry's? I have adult news. I got my first credit card today. Very cool, from Capital One. I have no credit score since I'm 19, but they gave me $1,000 limit. Only kicker is, yeah, but that's typical, pal. With your first credit card, it's always going to be at a high rate because you don't have a credit history. Just the thing is, charge something on it and leave a small balance. That's the best way to build your credit score. You know, make a couple charges on it. Make at least your minimum payment every month, obviously. But don't leave it maxed or near maxed. Just leave a balance on it so that on your credit rating, it reflects that you're using the credit you've established and that you're responsible with the credit you've established. Trevor says, I try an Odyssey account or just do that Chappelle stream on Twitch. I'm not familiar with Odyssey. That's what I'm wondering, Trevor. I'm not a fan of Twitch, but there's an advantage to that as well, in that I don't give a fuck if they close my account over there. How would I go about getting news to... I mean, you guys are the ones I want to have these conversations with, so how would I go about getting news to you guys? Do you guys, when I post in the community tab, do you guys usually get notifications on that? Would I be able to post over there and let you guys know? I should give you guys my Twitch account, just in case, so that way you can, hold on, you can follow me over there if you want, so just in case we do it, because if I don't stream, no loss, you just won't be getting notifications. Let me give you guys my... See if do I remember it right? Yeah, this is me. Here's my Twitch account. But anybody that wants to follow it, just in case we decide to use it, that is my Twitch. That's my Twitch. Sounds pornographic. I like it. Wolverine says, can we expect a Brax molesting stream soon? We've never had one in the past, so I don't know why we would have one soon, but he's gonna be here today. I'm excited. Because, well, he was coming a couple weeks ago. They were going to come home for my birthday. We were going to have a little birthday celebration. And, of course, that was the day my wife came down with COVID. So that canceled that. So I finally get to see him again. Next post, Morgan says, okay. And Andrew says, utilize under 30% of your card limit. Any more could negatively affect credit. Right. Like Andrew says, keep just a nice little balance on there. And keep it rotating a little. Make sure. So, in other words, as you said, you got a $1,000 credit limit. As Andrew's saying, charge a couple $300 worth of stuff. Make your payments. Make over minimum if you can. And then in the following month, charge a little something else to it. You know, just keep using it. And you'd be surprised how quick it'll bring your score up. Morgan says, update on health issues since miscarriage. Very good. Went back to the doc Tuesday for more tests. So far, everything looking normal. Oh, excellent. He really thinks this pill will fix things, and I'm seeing slight improvements. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Morgan. Very, very glad to hear it. That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, that's... it's so... I mean, life is such a challenge in general anyway, but when you're dealing with a constant health issue, I just feel bad. Rosa says, your face is gratifying me. Oh my. In PG ways. I would like YouTube to take you down. Reported. Rosa, I don't think it would take much to convince YouTube to take me down, to be honest with you. I kind of think I like to think they sit there, Susan does, with her finger right on the fuck you button every opportunity she gets. Because she's pressed that button a number of times. Solara says, I still can't believe I got a notification. Maybe this is a miracle or a monkey's paw. Either it's a blessing or I'm going to never get notifications again. Who knows with Susan? Yeah, the latter is normal. Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, I wanted to see if I could. I don't know where I saw that stat. Hold on, let me read these super chats. I'll tell you a stat I read. Uh, Wolverine says, "Can we abuse Brax? We need to get the numbers up." I don't know. Do we have anything that has shown that abusing Braxton brings in quality numbers? I'm sure he'd be for it if it brought in quality numbers. Nacho says, "Step 1, get credit cards. Step 2, buy plutonium. Step 3, make boom boom boom." Nacho, that might exceed his limit. That goddamn plutonium has gotten so expensive. Mr. Croissant says Curtis wants to have streams he can't have here. Curtis, cosplay as Rias and possible strip special might make Susan jealous. I was going to, when I do those little vignettes, like I posted one, I think it was yesterday, talking about, and that was real. I mean, that dream I told you guys about really happened. But that little story I told about the dream I had while I had COVID, I was going to start doing all those shirtless just because it would be gross. But then I got thinking, if it weren't for the fact that, oh gosh, what's his name? What's the comedian who always does Zach shirtless? And I love him. Great storyteller. His name's going to go right out of my head. But with him doing that, it wouldn't look like something that was generated by the jokes we make about me being shirtless. It would look like you're just trying to rip him off. Otherwise, that's how I would be doing those. Barry says, I was planning on using the credit card for stuff I'd buy during the week. Good idea. Like food that I use my debit card for, and every Friday when I get paid and pay off the card so I never carry a balance. If you want, now you can do that, Barry's. If you want the best bump to your credit, though, leave a little balance on it. Don't pay it all off. If you can do that, just as was suggested, keep. I say $300 to $400. If you ever right in that neighborhood is a balance. Make above your minimum payment every month, and just make the payments once a month when they come due. Make above the minimum, and for instance, say your balance is $300. Say you pay off 75 of it on a given month, then go out and take a grocery run that costs $40-50 and buy it with your card again. In other words, just let them see that you're using the credit responsibly. That's what they're after. And it makes a difference in a hurry. Bert Kreischer, thank you, Philip. Yes, Bert Kreischer and Barry's and Milog. Everybody knows Bert. Trevor too. Yeah, I love Bert. If it weren't for the fact though that he already does his act shirtless, that's how I would have been doing those. It's like there's no way that doesn't look like just a blatant ripoff then. Kaiser says, just got the last few volumes of the Spice and Wolf manga. Time to finally see how it ends and then move on to its sequel. The manga is more sexy than the novels of the anime. Holo is adorable in it. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, Vin. I love terrible puns. This one's bad. I don't trust trees. They all seem kind of shady. Dragon says, how did Michael Jackson die? Food poisoning. He choked on a 12-year-old wiener. Oh, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener. Oh, let me see if I can find that stat. Hold on. It's oh shit. I should remember what page it's on. It's our YouTube stats. You guys will like this. We were talking about notifications. I don't remember where I saw it though. And I don't want to spend a lot of time here not watching you guys' chat while I look for it. I have a stat, and I didn't know this existed, that tells us exactly what percentage of you guys who are subscribed with notifications turned, with the bell on, with notifications on, everything. Fuck, and now I'm not going to be able to find it again. I think it was on PC. I think I get it. I'll look on my phone too. Maybe it was on the app. God damn it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was on the app. I gotta find that. Oh no, here it is. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. I think you guys will Really enjoy and appreciate this. Hold on, let me get this pulled up. Let me catch up on comments. The only Elias says, just passing by. Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you dropping by when you could. Okay, listen to these numbers, you guys. I got the chat up here. Now, we've talked about whether or not Susan sends out notifications to everybody who actually went above and beyond, correct? And subscribed, ticked the bell, whatever. Okay, subscribers who turned on all notifications for your channel, 20.7%. 60.3 thousand current subscribers have turned on all notifications. Subscribers who turned on all notifications for your channel and enabled YouTube notifications, 9.7%, 28.4 thousand. Now, does absolutely anybody in here believe that whenever we put up a live stream or I post a video, that 28,000 people get notified minimally, up to 60,000? Does anybody believe that? That tells you right there, just them providing those numbers tells you that they're full of shit. There's no way that we would post videos, because even if somebody's not interested in a video that I posted in the specific context, just basic numbers, the fact that somebody is enough of a fan of the channel that they took those actions, they turned on notifications, enabled YouTube notifications, tells you that they are very likely to at least take a cursory glance at a video. I mean, that's just common sense. Might not watch the whole thing, might be something like, no, I'm not into this, and turn it off. There's no fucking way, no possible way. That's what Lud says. Yes, there's definitely several thousand people here. I can't believe they have, well, yes, I can. They have the balls to show us that number, and then we go do a live stream, and what are there, like 40 of us here? Now, that's listen, not everybody's going to be in for live streams, and not everybody's on the internet right now either to be available for it. But 60 fucking thousand? Nah, bullshit. And that's what Nolan says. That's me, and I'll go 2 weeks straight with no notifications sometimes. Kieran, where do you live? I'm in upstate New York. But I just thought that was fascinating. I didn't even know we had that. Is it Justin says, yeah, I mean, we're close to that many in here, just a little off. Yeah. So you guys see, they're so full of shit. But what I don't understand is, why can't YouTube just admit that either there is an issue with sending out notifications, or they're not interested in sending out notifications? Why do they lie and say they send them out? Plus, I mean, we knew they were lying anyway, because you guys come in here all the time and say, well, I've got all my notifications turned on and I didn't get a notification for the stream. And again, why would somebody make that up? Exactly, Lud. Like Lud says, like, even if most people weren't interested in these streams or even videos, we get way more traction than we do. Absolutely. And especially with the videos. Because with the streams, you could try and make a case that, well, and it's true, depending on time of day, a lot of people aren't available. But if people were actually getting the notifications they signed up for, you'd have a lot more, at least initial interest in every video. I know what they do. I can tell by the way they do it. YouTube has basically pigeonholed this channel as reaction videos. Because they got popular, and this has been going on for some time. Now what happens is, if I want to do anything else, if I want to just make, like I said, like yesterday, a random video telling a story, it won't get traction because it doesn't say reaction video, it doesn't say Family Guy, it doesn't say Papa Frank, or any of the things that made the channel really popular. YouTube will not even tell the people who ask to be told about a video unless YouTube feels like it's something that the channel has already proven there's an interest in. So if you have a YouTube channel and you want to add any type of content to it that's different than what you're doing now, YouTube's basically saying, no, fuck you, you're not doing that. Philip says, there's another channel I follow that just made their first 100,000 subs, yet their premieres get at least 300 to 400 people in them compared to our 36. There you go. Exactly. And I would say you could even make the case, say, okay, listen, those people have changed their mind. They don't like the channel anymore. That's unlikely for big numbers to do that. But even if it were the case, it still doesn't explain why there are so many people here who are telling us. Now, again, a lot of you guys would be the ones who we would expect have notifications all turned on and everything, saying they just don't get notified. It's crazy. Kula says, you feeling better, Curtis? Any COVID updates? Yeah, we were just talking about it earlier. Yeah, feeling much better. And my wife and I have both tested negative for the virus now. So we are good to go. It does leave, having COVID leaves its effect on you, mainly in fatigue. But no, the hardcore flu symptoms are pretty much gone. Taste, as I told you, taste came back several days ago, and I found that out with that goddamn Dayquil. There are certain foods, though, for whatever reason, that seem to be struggling for you to be able to taste. But for the most part, all that's back, and it just still fighting fatigue a little bit. Lunatic says, have you considered becoming a scantily clad woman? Yes. I think that would help views. I will tell you at least this much, Lunatic. If I were to become a woman, scantily clad is a given. I would prefer being a scantily clad dude, but like I say, Bert Kreischer kind of already ruined that gimmick for me. Marcus says, very awesome, you're COVID free now. Well, thanks. Yeah, like I say, we were sick for a little while, but we're both very fortunate that, especially at our ages, that we got the vaccine. And we do know, if nothing else, the vaccine does seem to statistically tell you that it tamps down symptoms. So we're fortunate. Solaris says, I can testify to having notifications turned on while being subscribed and not getting notified. I've told this, geez, at least 5 times, especially since I watch almost all your streams. Well, that's what kills me too, Solaris. And even with like our mods, all of our mods are people who have been with us here for a long time. And all of our mods are people who are here extremely regularly and are always commenting and always active. And still the mods struggle to get notified. It's just insanity. Andrew says, who's this guy, Fat Teague, you keep mentioning? I think you put it that way, Andrew, that would have been a great wrestling gimmick name. Fat Teague. I've heard that before too, Morgan. Morgan said she's gotten a notification from one of your streams days after the fact. And what kind of system is YouTube operating that there is no failsafe in the system to even check itself and go, hey, you know what? This might be too dated to bother with. Too dated to bother with. It sounds like the high school slut I went to school with. Too dated to bother with. Oh, wow, that was a dad joke. Wolverine says, anime titty stream when I wish. Also, Pomsky Supremacy. I wish we could do an anime titty stream. Because, boy, do I love me some anime titties. No one says, I have so many noties turned on, I wouldn't be surprised if I got an alarm for the next coming of Christ. I hope we're all getting that notification. I'm in trouble. Philip says, knowing your luck, Curtis, you'd come back as one of those land whales that Al Bundy made fun of. Yeah, you are correct, Philip. That would absolutely be it. And I would be put right in the shoe store right in front of Al. So I could take my deserved abuse. Wolverine says, I was notified of the latest streams. If at least one mod is present, I'm happy. Well, the mods always make it in, but a lot of you guys tell me that either hear or get notified from the Discord, or now the one thing YouTube does do, I'll give them credit, and they do this regularly. I've kept track. Once we start streaming, the streams do get recommended to you guys, which I guess you look for any little silver lining at all. That's the least they can do. But I don't understand why the people who ask to be notified can't be. But they are pretty good. I think you guys will agree with me, just from what you guys have said, that, being on sidebar notifications and stuff. Till the end of time says, how was your birthday? Congrats on being negative. Well, thanks, my friend. We didn't really have any birthday celebration. It got canceled by COVID. So, I mean, at my age, you're not that concerned about birthday celebrations anyway. That was more for my family than it was for me. I don't care about that stuff. But no, we didn't end up having the party because my wife, we tested her and she came positive for COVID on the day we were going to do the party. Marcus says you're an otaku version of Rick Harrison from Pawn Stars. We do have the similar look. I think the only celebrity or other face I get recommended to, I think that I may have even more of a doppelganger for than Rick Harrison would be Thanos. It's almost shocking to me when if you look at a picture of me versus Thanos, or that one, I'll show you. Let me see if I can find that real quick, or that one that was made for me. Let me find that. Let me see if I can find that image on my computer. All right, hold on. I'll put it up. It's almost terrifying how smoothly this came together. I think it's in here somewhere. Hold on a second, guys. Right here. La Republique made this for me. Let's see if it'll show up. Ooh, you bitch. God damn it. That is kind of scary. How fucking natural that looks. Jesus Christ. I think that's when it really, really hit home for me when he made that. It's like, God damn. I like that though. He was one of my favorites, Thanos. B-Man. Hey, good to see you, pal. Good to see you, Brian. He says, hey, Curtis, do you watch WWE? On and off. If so, did you see the draft? Just little bits and pieces. Not much at all. What are your thoughts? Also, you should check out Zeducation. He's got good try not to laugh videos. Oh, that's one I could look into. I don't think I've ever heard of Zeducation. Yeah, I don't know enough about the draft, B-Man, to have a real opinion. I only saw, I don't even remember who I saw. Gosh, I can't even remember offhand. But I haven't caught a lot, especially once football season rolls around. I tend to see less because I don't do a lot of TV time anyway, and football is my go-to. Philip says, going to Thanksgiving dinner on Monday. First time seeing my mom's family since the lockdown started. Oh, good for you, Philip. Growing up, I always hated family functions. Now I kind of miss it. If only for the freedom to refuse going. That's well put. That's actually very well put, pal. Very well put. Yeah, no, that's good though that you got that to look forward to. But and I know you say that somewhat facetiously, but it's so true. I think all of us feel that way somewhat about family at certain times. But that's cool. That's really good that you're going to get to go spend time. That's been a while then. That's really nice that you're able to do that. Trevor says, I can't believe I haven't made fun of that overrated trash for losing in Cincinnati yet. Whoops, I meant to say Notre Dame. Sorry, Curtis. Yeah, they deserve to lose that game. That offensive line is just a mess. And it shouldn't be. Those are all talented, highly recruited kids on that line. Jeff Quinn, the offensive line coach, I think his days are numbered. Because that's what lost the game. Because those two interceptions that were so huge were both on the offensive line. Because the quarterbacks in each situation had zero time to react. It's bad. And again, I don't get it. I mean, these are highly recruited, talented kids. Dragon says, is it just me or have the Rams improved as a team? Oh, it's not just you, pal. Rams are fucking good. Rams are scary good. And that Aaron Donald is an absolute freak of nature. He went to Pitt. That's back when Notre Dame was playing Pitt on the regular. I was so glad when he got the fuck out of college so Notre Dame didn't have to see his giant freak ass anymore. He is an absolute beast. Lute says, oh yeah, I don't know if you've been in Discord recently. I haven't. but I tagged you a few days ago when YouTube notified me of one of your vids 5 days after it was uploaded. I got upgraded to delay premium. That's the stuff I talk about now. And again, we've had this conversation before, I know, but I know a little bit about computer programming and how it basically functions and stuff, but that's not something that a team of engineers hired by Google should have any sort of a problem with. Is writing a code that will notify people when you upload a video or post or go live or anything. It's not hard. I don't understand. That's what makes me think it's not that they can't do it, they just don't want to. The only Helios says that's one handsome Thanos. I tell you though, pal, it is. It's like almost a little unsettling how natural that looks. I so wish, and it was you guys that told me to do it. You guys had suggested when you knew that Epic Rap Battles was doing Thanos. You guys said you should contact them and see if you can play Thanos. I didn't really think anything of it, so I finally did it. And I don't know if you guys remember that those guys are very cool. They got back to me, and they were very cool about it. They said, "Dude, we'd have loved to have you do it. We've already done the recording though." But I thought it was just cool of them to respond. As I've said before, I stand by it. Brandon Rogers, RDC World 1. Either of them, if they need some fat old white man to beat on in one of their videos at any point, I would pay my own travel expenses just to go be in one of their videos. I'm such a nerd for them. Oh, Morgan says, got to get ready for a meeting. Goosh, goosh, goosh. Well, thanks for being in while you could, Morgan. And bring your inner gooshness into the meeting. It makes everything better. And if it doesn't, bring my stream into the meeting and I'll set them straight. God damn it. That would be bad. Dragon says, I'm just glad that Matthew Stafford can finally show the talent he's always had. Yeah. Well, Dragon, we all know as NFL fans, if there are two places that will ensure that as a quarterback, you will never live up to your full potential, it's Detroit and the New York Jets. If you go there, prepare to die. Hey, and Morgan became stream boss before she left. Phil says, imagine 50 white children saying, fuck the police, with the confidence of guys who've already been to jail. Mike says, I don't think anyone actually cares about this, but the family functions thing reminded me that last night I dreamt I was at one, except I was wearing women's clothing and everyone was making fun of me. There's some Freudian stuff in there, right? There is. Definitely the means for a deep dive in there. Empire Jeff says Matthew Stafford was heating up during the game. Yeah, he's looked good. He's looked really good. And like I say, that's just an all-around really good team. You guys know I'm a Cowboys fan. I'll put Cowboys offense up against anybody's. I think it's as good as any in the league. Unfortunately, teams like the Rams, the Bucks, also have elite offense. The Cardinals have elite offenses and defenses to back them up. Dallas, not so much. Kieran says, how long are you live streaming for? I don't know. Today, I've got stuff to do this afternoon because Spaz Kid's coming over and we wanted to clean some stuff. I want to get some stuff ready in his room and everything for him. But I don't know, a little bit yet. We'll do another clip reaction video at some point, Kaiser. I got to make sure that it's working again because I had issues with it. Well, we always have issues with it. But I got to test it out and see if I've got the whole thing working again. Gabe says, 2 grandmothers were bragging about their precious darlings. One of them says to the other, mine are so good at social distancing, they won't even call me. That's called putting a positive spin on things. Nolan says, YouTube, if we aren't making bank off you, your viewers will get your notification somewhere between eventually and never. Well, that's the thing that kills me too. When you think about it, Nolan, I mean, we have, as you guys can see, we have a very generous group in here that comes to these streams as far as super chats and stuff like that. Now, obviously, YouTube gets a percentage of that. For the number of people we have in our streams, as per the amount of super chat donations we get, we're really high. I mean, we do. We have very generous folks in here. So you'd think that would be more the reason they might send them in. And I will say this, that's one of the places, YouTube taking a cut of super chats is one of the places where YouTube is fair. Considering that they provide the platform, they have to, well, it'd be nice if they provided the notifications too, but they have to provide all the nuts and bolts. They're entitled to their share. So given that our rate of super chat per number of viewers is so high, you'd think that would put us higher on the list. They'd be like, well, let's actually notify everybody that requested to be notified. maybe YouTube will make some more money. I don't know. Zeno says, hello, it's coming to the end of my holiday. Oh, that sucks. Finished a great game called Tales of Arise. Took so long. Gonna watch anime called Horimiya. Good holiday. How is everybody? Oh, I'm glad you had a good time, Zeno. Seriously, my friend, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's always sad when a little vacay comes to a close, though. Wolverine says, always remember, Kurenai tried Genjutsu on Itachi. That's for those of you who don't know, that Wolverine's screen name got stuck as Kurenai tried Genjutsu on Itachi for months. When he was changing his name a lot, they just left it stuck there. My favorite Norm Macdonald joke, going nowhere. It wouldn't be individual jokes. It would either be that insane set he did on that one Comedy Central roast where he intentionally told really stupid, terrible jokes, or the moth joke when they came back when he was on Conan and they had to fill 5 minutes he didn't expect to have to be there for, just because those to me were so indicative of him and his fearlessness and his bizarre sense of humor. Thank you, Markalika. I appreciate that. Elias says, I wouldn't be surprised if people wanted to raid Google and YouTube ever since the Area 51 raiding. Yeah, really. There's probably a lot more bizarre shit at YouTube or Google/YouTube than there is at Area 51. Philip says, I'm totally down for a clip stream. We got a lot saved up. How does a holy brothel visit with the boys or Goblin Lair causes a population change? Moon Knight is a hero sound? How does a holy brothel visit with the boys? That's good. Causes a population change? Yeah. Well, Phil, I got to give you a major props. You always have really good, funny, and fun clips to add to those clip streams. I just got to, again, try it. I got to do some dry runs with it and see if hopefully the system is working again. King of Vices Hayuga. It's funny that the Browns are 3-1. Oh, the Browns? And finally, a good team. The Browns are a very good team. It is. It doesn't seem right, does it, Hayuga? It doesn't. But they are, talking about defenses, holy shit. They got some studs on their defensive line. And the offense is playing well. The offense is playing real. Baker had a terrible game last game, but you know what I was really impressed with too is how he took ownership of it. I gotta give him credit. I was never a huge Baker Mayfield fan, although I do like his commercials. But he really went out of his way, even though they won the game, to fully shoulder the responsibility that he did not play well. And he didn't. I mean, he like that one wide open potential touchdown that he missed to Beckham and stuff. But I was impressed. And that's the advantage. When you have a really good defense like that, you can have your quarterback have a shit night and still escape with a win. I can't see any scenario where the Cowboys offense has a shit game and they end up with a win, because the defense ain't going to keep them in games. Gabe says, I thought you had to wear a mask when entering businesses. They keep yelling at me to put on some pants. God, I know. What the fuck? How are your pants gonna prevent the spread of COVID? Hey, Steve, good to see you, pal. For those who don't know, Assassinexization is our pal Steve, and Steve is our current longest reigning member of Spaz Boys Comedy. Steve came to us in the olden times, in the first months we were online in 2011. I'm doing real well, Oscar. Thank you. King Cheese says Garrett is a beast. Oh, Miles Garrett's a freak too, and he beat Rudolph over the head with a helmet. Yeah, that was terrible. But in hindsight, see, I don't want to make excuses for him. He shouldn't have done that. In the heat of a moment, you can almost see it happening. I mean, come on, it's a rough game. People are crashing into each other. Words were said. And I don't think he ripped his helmet off and thought, hey, now I can beat him with this. I think he was just mad and just swung. That said, the only thing I had an issue with was Garrett tried to say that Mason Rudolph threw a racial slur at him. Everybody else on the field said that didn't happen. If Garrett honestly did not hear a racial slur, and he tried to use that as some sort of leverage for justifying what he did, then he's a bitch. That's a bitch move. It is. There's no two ways about it. Now, if it was said, I take it all back. But if that wasn't said, that is a complete fucking bitch move. Wimatoad says, I'm a Patriots fan and I am not impressed with how we lost the last game. No, Patriots got some issues. Why did Bill ever think that having some guy kick a 56-yard field goal? I was just going to, you put it in there, in the rain was a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, and I was surprised they stayed in that game all the way through. Mac Jones looks good. And that game wasn't a good indicator again because, as you say, the weather was abysmal. But we really need to find out if he can throw the deep ball or not. Because, I mean, he's good short, he's good intermediate. But it's the NFL. You got to be able to throw the deep ball and throw it accurately, regularly, if you're going to win games. So that's what I'm waiting to see on him. Going Nowhere says, did you hear they think they identified the Zodiac killer? No, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, my friend. No, I don't know anything about it. Rosa says, let me teach you chess titles. You might know already, but there's Grandmaster, International Master, FIDE Master, Candidate Master, and Untitled. Titled players are beasts. Yeah, like I said, when I was in, I'm pretty sure it was middle school when I joined the chess club. I used to play a lot. I just no patience for anything that requires extensive amount of times anymore, or moves slowly, I should say. Fury or Wilder? Yeah, Zeno says I picked Tyson Fury. I'm with you. I think it's going to be Fury. He's a better fighter than I ever would have given him credit for. I think to Tyson Fury's credit, if you watch the way he fights, I think it can't be understated that the man is well aware of what he doesn't do well. And that's very important to a fighter. I think Tyson Fury knows what his strengths are and knows how to dictate the pace of a fight to work into those strengths. So yes, I'm thinking Tyson. HD says, what do you call a perverted mole? A mole, Lester. Oh. Rosa says, title players are considered the best in the world. Just reaching the title of CM puts you in the upper league of chess players. GMs are so insanely good, just reaching the rank requires genius. I would never have had to worry about accomplishing or achieving any sort of title in the chess world. I think there's no doubt about that. Oh, shit. Sorry about that, Afro Mike. No, I'm not. I was a good player. Like I told you guys, in my chess club, I won the chess club championship. There's only a handful of us. and it was middle school kids. But as I said, the best part about that though was one of my best friends in school. We were good friends, but wow, he was just a cocky little dude. He was already counting that championship from the moment we all joined. He would go through the list and say, "Well, now, okay, we know I can beat this guy, and I can beat that person," and he would say that I could play pretty good, but obviously I'm not up to his level. So when he lost to me in the finals, it was pretty fun. Wolverine says, "King me, Hell Hydra. I'm lit right now," and Wolverine took over. Lit right now. JD says, "Do you prefer OG Dragon Ball over Dragon Ball Z? Have you even watched it fully, or did you start with Z?" Well, JD, we're doing the original Dragon Ball right now at the Goosh over at the Patreon. But now this is what with information I have so far between what I've seen in totality as well as what I've seen in clips. As it stands right now, and I reserve the right to modify this, I love the OG. It's fun, but Z is more preferred to me just because of the tone it takes in some of the great fights and great moments in there. I mean, when you start doing the Super Saiyan power-ups and stuff, it's hard to beat that. But I am enjoying the OG a lot. Cold Cut says, "Conspiracy theory time. Curtis has a massive wang. I wish that was a conspiracy." And plays it off. And he and Susan hooked up once, but it ended sour. Now she has a vendetta against him. Cold Cuts, I wish so much that was the truth. Well, for a number of reasons, I wish that was the truth. I would love to have my life have that level of intrigue and giant penisry. Penisry is a new word. Write it down. Gabe says, "What's the difference between COVID-19 and Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet? One's a coronavirus and the other is a Verona crisis." Jesus Christ, Gabe. Gabe, you are so lucky. I honestly love bad jokes and bad puns, because in most parts of normal society, you would have had to have been banned by now. And one thing I take pride in on behalf of all of us is that we are not normal. Mr. King of Negativity says, "The only sensation better than getting something after a lot of effort is getting something effortlessly and rubbing in the face of everyone who works super hard just to get wrecked." Oh, that's brutal. Oh, man. Oh, get out of here. Really, Jeff? I didn't even know where the London game was. Empire Jeff says London gets to watch the Jets and Falcons. That's mean. Come on. The Brits are probably our greatest ally in the world. Why would we be sending over that kind of horrificness? The Jets and the fucking Falcons? Ugh. The only thing that could have made that worse is if they did a doubleheader and they sent over the Jags and the Texans to complete it. Wow. Holy shit. Rosa says, we're talking about the chess ratings. Super GMs are defined as people that have reached the FIDE rating above 2,700. It's not an official title. There are currently only 24 Super Grandmasters. They are the most elite chess players. Wow. 24? Wow. That is elite company. That's very cool. Yeah, the F. Joe Biden thing, we did see that, BB, and we were talking about the other day. Let's go, Brandon. That was awesome. That was either a stroke of genius if she came up with that off the cuff, or she just has no self-respect and doesn't care if she made a fool of herself. Willie says, "Could you keep it down? Trying to nap." Will everybody be quiet? Shh. Easy, guys. Yeah, well, we're gonna think of that. We're gonna have to think of another means of streaming as well. The other thing I could do too, and I just thought of that, we could. I don't think. Let me look into how much that streaming service that you can use in conjunction with Patreon. Let me look at how much that costs. That would be cool. We could do them over there. We have no worries over there. We can talk about whatever we want. But then again, we could do it over at Twitch. That would include more people because, you know, everything, we do have to keep everything at our Patreon and behind a paywall because of the anime stuff. I don't know. I got to think about that more because there's more shit I want to talk about, and I don't want to do damage to the channel. But like I say, I don't give a fuck if I lose my Twitch account. Pandemic pickup line. Gabe says, you can't spell quarantine without URAQT. Ah. All right, guys, I gotta go. The only reason I'm heading out now, I don't know if you guys just heard the dogs barking, but that's my grandkids just came over, and I haven't gotten to see them since I had the vid. And now that now that it's out of the house, they can finally come over, and I'm really dying to see the grandkids again. Guys, this was a perfect Free for All Friday stream. Just the normal, usual craziness. Just picked my whole day up. Philip says that's like the one Simpsons skit. Smithers, are they booing me? Yeah. No, they're saying Boorns. Boorns. That was the wasn't that the softball one, Philip? And where they, because that's one of my favorites, where they brought in all the major leaguers, the ringers. They had Ozzie Smith there and Darryl Strawberry, Mike Scioscia with his giant head. I actually love the closing song in that. They did it to the tune of Willie, Mickey, and the Duke, I think. Oh, man, now you got me. I'm going to have to go watch that again, at least that closing song. You got that in my head. I like that. But, guys, thank you for the stream. This was a great Free For All Friday stream. And now, today's sticky stuff is not only Free For All Friday infused, so it's awesome to begin with, but it's got extra dosage because yesterday we got blue-balled. We're all set to stream, and Spectrum said, no, fuck you. So now you got a really hopeful Thursday sticky stuff combined with an already elite Friday sticky stuff. Oh, this stuff, you guys might want to put on some sunglasses for this, because this is going to be some sheer brilliance right here. Pampu, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff. Holy shit, that was actually hard to milk it out of there. It's so exceptional. Sticky stuff for you, because we'll bang, okay? Flashy like buggy. And as always, most importantly, and it's never hard to milk out. Goosh, 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 goosh. Goosh. Ah.